Hey, so welcome everybody to the call. My name's David Sayers. I'm from Belfast, Northern Ireland. You all know me, but for anyone who doesn't know me, I'll tell you briefly about my background, a bit about my story. So prior to this business, prior to being in this family and this team, I worked in a traditional job, and I was working there for 18 years, coming up to 19 years, and I'd never had a day off, never sick, never late. On paper, it was this perfect employee. But folks, where does that get you? It doesn't get you absolutely anywhere. Okay. So I didn't know that there was another way. I always say to people, you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't know that there was another way of earning money. I didn't know that there was another way of living until I actually jumped on a call with my two mentors, Jake Parton and Tierra Edwards. So I jumped onto this call, and folks, so I'll be honest, I was skeptical. I wasn't skeptical that the business worked. I was skeptical about my ability to do it. I was skeptical that I could actually be successful in the business. And then I got talking, and then I heard Tier's story and I heard Jake's story, and I went, oh, these are just two average guys doing extra average things. And I thought, if they can do it, there's hope for me and I can do it. So I jumped at the opportunity. I actually said to them on the call, I don't care if you're selling smelly socks. I just want to be a part of what you're doing. And I know that if you guys can do it, I can do it. So that was me in a nutshell. I jumped at the opportunity. I've been in the business now for coming up to 2 years. And within the first 3 months, I was Northern Ireland's top income earner. Within a year, obviously no money claims, but I'm just telling you my story. And then within a year, I was up there in the top in the UK within our organization. But that wasn't because I was awesome or anything. That was because I was following a system. System stands for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. And that's all I done. I just done what my mentor told me. Okay. And it says at the very bottom of the screen here, do things before you're ready. And that's just what I done. I just done things before I was ready. So I am super excited because everyone's in Dubai. All right. There's a lot of people in Dubai. So this presentation today is going to be mainly about the 5%. Darren's been talking about the last couple of months, the 95%. So we have 95% mindset and 5% strategy. So what I want to give you today, and I'm waiting on Desi jumping on, Desi's on a call. What me and Desi are going to give you today is the 5%. We want to give you the tips and tricks for you to have a successful November. Okay, so we're building up now for November. Okay, November, everyone probably knows what we're doing. We're all going for a massive run in November, knuckle down in November to remember. You've heard all of these slogans, okay? So we want to give you the tools and equip you so that you can have a massive, massive success in November. So with that being said, I'm going to get right into it because it is a bit of a big presentation. And what I want you to do is watch the replay back. Make sure you're taking notes, okay? So whoever takes the most notes makes the most notes. Okay, so owning your business, okay? Doing things before you're ready. So what does that consist of? Okay, now I'm going to be honest, folks. I've got some notes here. All right, so that is what doing things before you're ready is all about. Okay, so doing things before you're ready. All right, taking initiative. Okay, so don't compare yourself to someone else. Comparisons is the thief of all joy. So don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 8. Okay, like I remember when I first started, I used to compare myself to Jake and Tier, and I used to jump on and I used to go, oh my goodness, I can never talk like them. I can never do what they're doing. But when you really think about it, you're not at that level. You're not at that stage. They've been in the business longer than you. So don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 8. Okay. Do things before your mentor tells you. All right. Watch what they do and then simply just duplicate it. So that's taking initiative, taking action. All right. Being able to do whatever it takes. Okay. Don't wait around. Just do it. All right. When you first get started, you're not going to know how to do everything. All right. Just do exactly what your mentor tells you to do until basically he says otherwise. All right. So do everything. Just do anything it takes. All right. Take action. All right. So if you don't own your business, all right, and take it serious, no one else in your team is going to take it serious. Okay. There's Miss Desi on. So Desi, we're just getting started. We want to just respect everyone's time.
Amazing. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. I had to help Rockstar.
Yeah, it is a pretty big presentation. So I know you want to do some, what do you call it? you want to what do you call it? Not reward people or whatever. You want to recognize people. So maybe do that at the end. What do you think? Yep. So I'll keep going. Okay. So I'm just saying there, Daisy, owning your own business. All right. Take an initiative, take an action. All right. Don't wait until your mentor. Go out, do the action, do whatever it takes to make it successful. Darren says it all the time. You do what people do. You do what people say, do what people do. You'll get what people get every single time. Okay. So what does owning your own business actually look like? Okay. Events. You look at the minute, everyone's in Dubai. All right. Events change lives. Okay. You learn by doing. All right. Just go out, feel forward, says at the bottom of the screen, do things before you're ready. All right. So hearing people's stories, all right, positive energy, people's energy. I always say to people, facts tell, stories sell. So number 4 is having your own opportunity calls. All right. So don't wait for the leaders to do the calls. Okay. So if we were waiting for the leaders to do the calls this weekend, no, what would you be doing? Everybody's in Dubai. There's only me and Desi left. Okay, so don't wait on me and Desi to do the calls. Don't wait, Darren, Tier, Jake. Don't wait on Jason. Go and do your own calls. All right, and as well, be on every call. All right, even if you don't have someone on the call, be on every call. All right, not everyone on the call is a 6 or 7 figure income earner, but all the 6 and 7 figure income earners are on the calls. All right, so the next one is team training. This could be team training. Okay, this is team training. Right, recognition. You need to recognize people on the training calls, on the team calls. Okay, so being on the calls, recognize people being on the calls. Recognize people's first paycheck, even if it's a small wee paycheck. Recognize that. Help your first person get started. Help them recognize them saving money. If they save money on the Bill Genius, congratulate them on every single thing. Right. Show people how to find things in the back office. And again, fast start training. All right. You need to be able to train your people up. You need to have something in place to train them up. So number 6 is promoting events. Okay. There's no one probably better at promoting events than me. Okay. Again, you need to be on every call because that's how you learn things. All right. That's how you learn to present. That's how you learn to speak. When I first started in this business, I didn't have a clue how to speak. Daisy didn't have a clue how to speak. You learn by jumping on the calls and being on all the events and stuff like that. So make sure you put the links up on Facebook. Make sure you put them on the WhatsApp, Telegram chats, wherever it is. If you've got a call up, promote. Okay. I always say to people, it's like so when you're in a nightclub, in a dark nightclub, and you wink at a girl. All right, you know you've done it, but no one else does. Okay, unless you tell them. All right, so it's the same as having an event. If you have an event and you don't tell anyone about it, guess what? No one's going to know about it. Okay, so you need to promote the events. All right, the next event, I will say the next event is the biggest event. All right, and you need to show your team how to invite. Okay, so number 7 is the Saturday webinars. All right, this is where everyone in the business comes together, and obviously everyone hasn't came together today because they're all in Dubai. But this is where if you treat the business like a hobby, folks, guess what? You'll get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you'll treat it like a business. I remember Darren saying before, put the thermometer in the mouth of the leader and you'll see the temperature of the team. All right. So Saturday webinars are where the whole team comes together. All right. So number 8, closing your team calls. Now, again, if you rely on the leaders or if you rely on anyone else to do the team calls, then you're going to be, the quicker you learn how to do these things, the quicker your business will explode. All right. So you have to learn how to close out. Okay. Don't rely on me and Desi and Tier and Jake, all these leaders. Don't rely on those people to close your team calls out. You need to learn these things. Okay. Do things before you're ready. All right. And again, I want to touch on how important it is to welcome your newest members into all the chats. Okay, people, I love what Jason Solomon always says. He says, recognition is what grown men die for and what babies cry for. Okay, so recognize them in the chats, welcome them in the chats. Okay, the quicker you learn to do all this, the quicker your business is going to explode. So next one is the system, and the system consists of the 6 P's. All right. So system stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. So first one on the list is the prospecting, right? Like this never ever stops. All right. You should be prospecting all the time. You don't go out to do the business. You do the business while you're out. All right. You need to create a massive, massive list. Okay. If you have a small list, and if you have 10 people on your list and they all say no, you're going to be deflated. If you have 100, 200 people on your list, first 10 people say no, you don't care. You're in momentum mode. You're flying through it. You want to get through it and talk to as many people as you can. Okay, so you're looking for key people. Key people. When you're putting names down, obviously, I always say to people, put every name down. If they've got a heartbeat, they're on your list. Okay, but once you do write your list out, you want to break it up into sections. You want to break it up into categories, and you want to have the key people who have desire for more and are willing to do something about it. All right, so for your business or any business, right, to grow, you need people. For any business at all to grow, you need people, right? So you need influential people, hungry people, driven people, people who are coachable. Darren says it all the time, coachable, not chokeable, all right? Think about positive people, people who have a good attitude, all right? Get them on the top of your list, all right? And people who have a circle of influence, right? Now, what that means is, I always say, we're going to touch on that in one of the other slides, 1 equals 20 in network marketing. But if you find someone who has a massive circle of influence, 1 equals 100, or 1 could equal 1,000. We look at Daisy. Daisy's nearly got 1,000 people in her team. Okay, so that's because she had desire, she had hunger, and she had a circle of influence. So this is probably my favorite one. I used to be called, Danny Turner used to call me the cold market king. Oh yeah, hold on. What happened there? Sorry. So I haven't even touched on peak and pass yet. So that's prospecting. All right. So picking after you've created your list, you're going to start with the people you should remember to listen more, right? So okay. So when you're picking people's interest, when you're talking to them, you want to listen more. Okay. You want to actually connect with these people and ask questions. Be genuine. All right. Be genuine. All right. Keep it short and purposeful. All right. We are here to help people. We're not here to sell people. Okay. So you don't want to be selling people on what we're doing. You want to be going out and helping them. All right. Find a solution for their problems, not for your problems. I was talking to someone the other day in the business, and I was able to say to them, listen, this is exactly what you're doing wrong. You're trying to get people in your business. You're not trying to help them. So once you're doing this, everything will change. All right. So you want to stick to the algorithm LORD, LORD, location, occupation, recreation, and desire. All right. So don't forget, be interested, not interesting. And you do that by asking questions, right? Don't talk about the business or anything other than names. All right. You want to MMFI, make me feel important. You want to put that on the guy's forehead, on the prospect's forehead, right? Find out what they're looking for and then provide a solution based on what they're looking for. All right. You want to help them, and you do that by asking questions. Now, you don't want to be a robot and go, hello, what is your name? Okay. You want to just ask them questions. All right. And make it flow, be genuine, be your authentic self. Okay. So, and then that brings us on to number 3, pass, right? This is a key moment in the business. All right. This is where you have to get yourself out of the road. Now, this can be very, very hard for some people, especially some people on my team, because they think they know how to do the next stage, but it doesn't matter if you know how to do the next stage. I could take a prospect through each one of these stages myself and close them and get them in. But guess what, folks? That's not duplicatable. The whole point of this business is duplicatable, making things duplicatable. Okay, so when you pass, you're demonstrating how simple this business really is. And that's the key thing. You want that person to know how simple the business is. All right. It's not about being the expert. It's not about knowing everything. Guess what? It's just about referring people to a solution to their problem, not to your problem. You're referring people to a solution to their problem, right? Make sure what you do looks simple. All right. Keep it super simple. All right. So, and it has to be fun as well. All right. So make it fun, make it duplicatable. You don't want to be like interviewing the person or whatever. Okay. So make it fun, make it duplicatable, because the person's actually going to be thinking, can I do what you're doing? All right. So always remember, this has to be duplicatable. has to be duplicatable. I can remember looking at Jake when I first started and going, there's no way I can talk like him. All these quotes, all these things. You don't need to do that. That's Jake's way of presenting. I remember looking at Jason and going, I can't do that. Darn, I can't do that. Again, it's the itty bitty shitty committee in your head, the limiting beliefs in your head telling you can't do something, right? So you have to make it super, super simple. And when you are passing, all right, we're going on the pass. When you are passing something, make sure you're only sending out things that are related to that person. So if that person's into personal development, you can send them one of Darren's recorded calls, all right? But if that person's into Forex trading, you don't want to send them, one of Darren's personal development calls, all right? You want to send them something that relates to them, okay? Like if someone's into the business, you can send them one of the recorded calls. You can send them an Ideside. David Hunt's got a good one. Always try and keep it short as well. I love the quote that Jason Solomon told me. You can't sell a house to someone that's looking for a car. So when you find out what they want, then pass them the information that what they want. All right, so don't send them too many information or too much information. 1 or 2 wee videos is enough. Okay, keep it super simple. And then before keynote here, before you send any information or videos out, right, you have to have the follow-up call booked in. Okay, don't send anything out until you have a follow-up call booked in. Okay, so that's key. And the reason you do that is because you don't want to be a stalker after a call or after something. You don't want to be torturing the person. But if you have it booked in, then it's easier to follow up. All right. So number 4, plug. Right, plug them into something other than you. Okay, you don't want to be the expert. All right, you might be the expert. All right, but it's not what you know. It's what's duplicatable. All right, a 3-way call with your upline, an opportunity call, a training call. This you could be plugging. There could be guests on this line. So you want to make sure that you're connecting your prospect to someone other than you. Okay, get yourself out of the road. Okay, get them in front of someone else that's going to validate you. You want that other person to jump on and say how great you are. You don't want to be jumping on telling people how great you are. You want someone else to be jumping on edifying you. Okay, when you jump on a call, you want to edify the prospect to your leader, and you want to edify the leader. Okay, and then that leader is going to edify you. Okay, because you don't want to be jumping on, blowing your own trumpet, saying how good you are. Okay, so it always helps your credibility to have someone else demonstrate support. Okay, you want someone else to jump on and demonstrate how amazing you are. Yep, and how you can be doing these is how you can be plugging people in is number 1, a 3-way call. Number 2, your own home event. Okay. Number 3, team events. Right, you should always validate for the guests what sort of event it is. Make sure they know. All right. So let them know as well when they jump on. You want them to hear someone else's story, because maybe your story isn't going to be the story that resonates with them. Right? They want to know that there's other people, other guests that are building a business just like them. Okay, make it relatable. All right, someone other than you is promoting you again as an up-and-coming leader. So we all love and support each other in this community. That's another thing. People join for the community. So when you're plugging them in, you want them to know that this is a massive community. We're all here. We all love, trust, and respect each other. We're all helping each other. Okay. So people are going to be asking the question, how do you do this? No, how do you do this? And you want to, it's easy, right? It's as simple as inviting people to a 3-way call. So number 5 is promoting. Okay, so leaders or promoters, right? The next call is the best call, especially for people who do this part-time. Like when I was working in my job, I was working 60 to 80 hours a week. It's all known story. 60 to 80 hours a week. I couldn't be jumping on in a noisy environment talking to people. So I was promoting the calls. I was letting the calls do the business for me. I got really, really good at inviting. And I got really good at inviting through text messages. And then guess what I've done, folks? I've done the follow-up when I was off work. I was able to jump on a call with someone when I wasn't working and do the follow-up call. So there's different ways you can do this. There's different types of things that you can promote. You can promote the personal development side of it. Okay, so you can promote Darren's calls. You can promote Daisy's calls, Jake's calls, or any of the personal development side of it. You can promote the team calls. These are just different ways of promoting, different things to promote to. You can promote the corporate events, the thing we're having at the minute in Dubai. Some prospects listening to the live event, team calls, things like that. So number 6 is personal development, right? Personal growth changes your mindset, okay? Action changes your life. So stay plugged into all the calls and take notes, okay? This is where you learn personal development. Like Darren has this amazing classes on. Anyone who's not on these classes needs to get on to Darren's classes, all right? So if you don't study, you don't stay, all right? Read 1 chapter a day. You need to be filling your mind, okay? You need to be studying personal development. Read 1 chapter a day, or a minimum 20 to 30 minutes reading, okay? You need to be doing that every day. Stop listening to music, all right? You need to sacrifice some things. Stop listening to music, start listening to audios, podcasts, stop watching TV, okay? There's no point watching TV. It's not going to benefit your life. Remember Jake saying before, no, is what you're doing going to take the boat forward? Is what you're doing going to take you forward in your goals, is towards your goal? Okay, so start watching Bob Proctor on YouTube. There's loads of things on YouTube. You could be watching, what do you call it? You could be watching podcasts, you could be watching different people, like personal development. You could be watching likes of Grant Cardone, Warren Buffett, all these different things, watching different things on YouTube, change it up, sacrifice some TV time, okay? You can't change your problems, but we can change your thinking. And then when you change your thinking, guess what? Your problems disappear. So what's your DMO, your daily method of operation? We're going to touch on that in one of the next slides in more depth, but really think, what is it you're doing every day? Right? What's your morning routine? Are you waking up early? Are you you're studying, okay? Don't just read a book to say you've read a book, okay? Study the book, all right? From all you get understanding. If you have to read the same chapter over and over and over again, do it, okay? Get the dictionary out. There's big words in some of them. You might understand it. Get the dictionary out and understand it. From all you get understanding. So the next one is cold market tips and 3-way calls. So FAM stands for find, add, message, all right? So I love it when people, before we get into this, I love it when people say they don't have time to do this business, right? So you don't lack time, you lack desire, all right? So if you have a goal, Darren says it the other week, if you have a goal, you won't let people waste your time. If you don't have a goal, people waste your time, okay? So you can build this business. You can go online. If some people don't have a good warm market, go online, join groups, all right? Find, add, message. That's what that stands for, FAM. So find, add, message. Find a person on social media, add the person on social media, and then message the person on social media. Okay, so you wanna be connecting with them. Okay, you don't want to just send out random messages or random links. Never do that. Okay, don't send out random links to people. Connect with them, find out what they want, get to know them. I always follow the algorithm LORD: location, occupation, recreation, and desire. I like to sort of keep it around that. Okay, now the biggest question I get is, where do you find people? Oh, I don't know that many people. I only have 100 friends on Facebook, or a couple of hundred friends on Facebook. When I first started in this, I had 252 friends on Facebook. Now I've got over 4,000. Okay, so that's all cold market. Every one of my business at the minute, apart from my brother, all came from cold market. I didn't know any of them. Okay, strangers become friends, friends become family. Okay, and that's so true. So yep, Facebook groups, that's where you find people. So I'll give you some tips here for this. There's 2 things I want to tell you, right? So when you go into a group, you've got the members section at the top. Click on the members section at the top. It's going to tell you, the admins. It's going to tell you your friends. So if you, maybe for talk's sake, give you an example, you join a law of attraction page, you go into your friends. If I go in that, I'm going to see Jake, Thierry, Darn, Daisy, and then I'm going to see Jimmy from down the street. Jimmy's not in the business. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pick up a phone. I'm going to phone Jimmy, and I'm going to get excited. Okay, so you need to be excited when you're talking to people. And I'm going to say, Jimmy, oh my goodness, I've just seen you're on the law of attraction page. What's going on? How long have you been into that? Me and you need to have a conversation. well, I've been in that for years. Did I not tell you? No, no, no. Oh my goodness. And then connect with them, get excited. Okay. So that's people in your sorry, that's friends. Then the other one is going to be friends in your area. So I'm in Belfast. If I click on friends in your area, maybe 10 friends who live in Belfast. Now you might know these people. You're going to be cold market. So I'm going to connect with them. I'm going to say, hey, Andy, hope you and your family are well. I came across your profile on the Law of Attraction page. I thought I would reach out to you. How long have you been into personal development and the Law of Attraction? Right, that's a simple wee message you can send to someone to spark a bit of interest to get a connection. So you find a person on social media, added them, sent them a friend request, and then you send them a standard message like that. Okay, maybe go through their Facebook, have a wee look. Again, you want to have a look and see what sort of person you are. If they're a header and they're running around drinking every week, do you want to have that person in your business? Okay, so have a look at the person's profile and see, do I want to work with this person? Okay, so just checking. That's it. Sorry, just checking some. So yes, that's one thing. And then the next one is you can actually change your location on Facebook. Do you know that? You can go into edit profile and you can change where you live. So when you're going in and you're seeing people in your area, you can change your area. Now, I do suggest when you are changing your area to actually say, it'll ask, do you want to make this public or do you want to only make it only for me? So you want to make it only for me because you don't want your granny and your mommy and all phoning you going, have you moved to Indianapolis? No. So click on it, only me. And then you can go into the group and the group will know where you live. And if you want to move to Indianapolis beside here and Darn, you can. And you can find people in groups and stuff. Okay, so when you are getting into groups as well, you want to be adding value. So there's two ways to add value. Okay, so you can attraction marketing. So probably the best one in the business at the minute at this is Jake Barton. He has the bulletproof mindset and he's adding value in there every day. So people are joining that, then they're reaching out to him. So when you're adding value, people are wanting to reach out to you. What do you do? Again, it's piquing interest. Now that's good, but what you can do is if you're not at that stage and you're not ready to start your own group or whatever it is, you can go into other like-minded groups and you can put up a wee positive post, or you could do something, you comment, whatever it is, and then when people like and comment on your post, then you reach out to them. Say, hey, listen, thanks for liking my post. I thought I'd connect with you. How long have you been into personal development? Okay, so the next one is sending out tools and videos. Okay, so only once you've arranged a follow-up call, I have to say that again, only once you've arranged a follow-up call, right? Don't be a desperate distributor. If I would you, so when you're sending out the tools, if I sent you a video, when would you have time to watch it? Okay, so that always do that before you send the video out. If I sent you some videos, when would you have time to watch them? Thursday, perfect, awesome. So if I contacted you, say Thursday night, would you let me know what you like best? Yes, awesome. Let's get our calendars out and book this in. I'm free 5 or 7 p.m. Which one suits you best, right? So what I'm doing there is I'm giving them a choice. So people make decisions from the choices they have in front of them, all right? So you wouldn't go to a buffet that only had chicken on and say, hey, can I have some lobster? Because it's not there in front of you. There's no choice in front of you. So listen and then share, okay? So listen to their story first. It's very, very important. Listen to their story and then share your story and share a relatable story, okay? Your story has to relate to their story. Number one key here is be excited and fired up. Don't be going on and going, hello, my name's David. I would like to share a story with you. Do you know what I mean? You need to be fired up, all right? Hear their story first and then relate your story to theirs. Be interested, not interesting. Remember, I said it in the other slide, MMFI, make me feel important, okay? Listen more and talk less. You can't sell a house to someone who's looking for a car. So then number 4 is BAM FAM, okay? Book a meeting from a meeting, all right? So this can be with a relatable leader or someone. It doesn't have to be your sponsor, okay? Like if it's someone who's a dad, hardworking dad, I always say, get Danny Turner on the call with him, right? If it's a basketball player, you could get Jason. Well, maybe not. You could maybe get Darren. Apparently, Jason's not very good at basketball. All right. If you're looking for someone who's wanting to quit their job fast, you can get them on a call with Jake. Someone who's maybe in the mindset, you can get them on a call with Darren. Someone who's interested in the gym, personal trainer, get them on a call with Tier. All right. So get 3 different times in the next 24 hours to 48 hours. As everyone's busy, all right? People can't just jump on a call if you phone them. Like I was the worst at that. I used to just phone Tier up and say, Tier, do you want to jump on a call with me? And he's like, David, no, you need to book this in. So get 3 different times in the next 24 hours to 48 hours that your prospect can get on a call, right? So once they're on the call, right, that's number 5, add a fan on the call. This is where a lot of people go wrong, okay? Once they're on the call, edify the prospect and edify the prospect to the relatable leader that you've got on the call, and then edify the leader to the prospect. And then guess what you do? You mute your line, okay? You mute your line and you take notes, okay? Because if your prospect sees you taking notes, remember, everything's duplicatable. They're going to do it. They're going to take notes. So whoever takes the most notes makes the most notes, and it has to be duplicatable, folks. Okay, and then number 6 is share the vision. So the leader's going to share the vision on the call. Once the leader gets on, or the third person you've got on the call, they're not going to go on and talk about products. They're not going to go on and talk about Zense and Skin Tech. They're going to jump on the call and they're going to share the vision. We're going to share a bit about their story, listen to the other person's story. And then once they share the vision, they're going to jump off, and that's your job. It's your job now. Like, I would love to bring you to the gym. I can pay for you to go to a gym. I can pay for your membership. I can drive you there. I can literally egg you on. I can give you the protein and everything, but I can't lift the weights for you. And it's the same as this business. You have to do it, okay? You have to say the magic words and say, let's get you started. Everyone put that in the chat. Let's get you started, because they're key magic words you have to get. That's what you have to get used to saying. Let's get you started. Okay, so then as you say that, let's get you started, you want to be opening the website up, keeping them talking, okay, keep them talking, keep them calm, keep them sort of grounded, because this is the time when the paradigm kicks in. This is the time when I call it the itty bitty shitty committee in their head. The inner voices start telling them, oh, you can't do this. You haven't got time. All the reasons why they can't do it. You haven't got time. No, you wouldn't be able to do this. You lack confidence. All these voices in their head. So this is the time where you need to keep them calm, and you need to keep them talking, and you need to ask them for a picture. Say, hey, listen, send me a nice profile picture. We'll add it to the WhatsApp group, we'll add you to the Facebook group. I can't wait to get you talking to Tier, or I can't wait to get you talking to Desi. Your story really resonates with Desi. So as you're filling in their details, how do you spell your second name? Yeah, dead on. You're going to really resonate with Paula and the team. Paula, you and Paula would really hit it off. So what you're doing is you're making them comfortable, okay? Making them comfortable. So next one is recruiting, okay? So recruiting, number 1, be a connector, all right? Number 2, ask questions. Number 3, be consistent. Number 4, have posture. Now you want to recruit with urgency, all right? Be intentional about recruiting. I remember Darren saying that to me before. You don't go out to do the business. You do the business while you're out, right? So you want to collect numbers and friends, right? When you go to a restaurant, you want to be talking to the waiters. Oh, you worked here, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, I haven't got much time at the minute. I'm with my family. Get your number, sure, and I'll send you a wee video or whatever. Get talking to them, find out their story, right? Provide solutions to people's problems, all right? Not problems for solutions, okay? You want to find out what people want, and you want to provide a solution. So ways you can do that is say, hey, listen, I actually think I can help you with that. No, I can't really get into it now. Obviously, I'm busy or whatever, but put your number on my phone, and I promise. I remember Jake telling me that before. See, when you say the words, I promise to get back to you, people love that. Say, hey, listen, I promise I'll get back to you. So that's always a good one. So how can I relate to this person? All right. Whose story will I use? How do you hear people's stories? Jumping on calls like this, jumping on the 3-way calls, jumping on team calls, jumping on the 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. calls, jumping on calls and listening to stories. Facts tell, stories sell. So how can you be a good connector? Sharing a relatable story, right? Be trustworthy, all right? Be trustworthy and be authentic. You want to be authentic. So asking questions, you can't ask the wrong question to the right people, okay? You can't ask the wrong question to the right people. So get comfortable in being uncomfortable, because you're not going to learn all these things in school. You don't do all this sort of stuff in a job. Do you know what I mean? This is what the 4% do. You want to be in the 86%, clock in, clock out, right? So this is going to be uncomfortable. You need to get uncomfortable. You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Sorry. All right. So be in charge of the conversation. Be in charge of the conversation. Help them make a decision. Right. And how you do that is by leading the conversation. All right. Keep in touch with people. Again, bam, fam. All right. Bam, fam. Fortunes in the follow up. Build a relationship with the people. Okay. Adding value. Always adding value. Do you study every day? Give back what you've learned. All right. Don't learn to know things because you just be walking around doing all this stuff. Learn to teach. You want to learn stuff to teach it. Okay. So I always say ignorance on fire. Ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. So look at Angie. Look at Angie at the minute. Angie doesn't have a clue about the compensation plan, doesn't have a clue about the business. She's just on fire at the minute. So ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. All right. Leaders fire, then aim. So being consistent, right? We're going to touch on a whole slide on being consistent. Okay. So 3 people a day brings freedom your way. So put 3 in the chat. All right. 3 people a day brings freedom your way. Always collect numbers. Add a minimum, and I mean a minimum of 10 people a day to your funnel. All right. Constantly filling up your funnel. All right. I'm going to go into consistency more on the next one. But posture is key. Okay. Be confident. You're the one with the life-changing opportunity, not them. Okay. Don't let people sort of convert it back. Be in charge of the call. All right. You're not forcing anyone to join your business. All right. You're not begging anyone to join your business. You have to be confident here. All right. What's that he's saying? If you convince a person against their will, they're of the same opinion still. Okay. So you don't want to convince anyone to join your business. All right. If you need to convince someone to do something, right, you're going to need to convince them to go after their goals. Then you're going to need to convince them to go after their dreams, to do the work. You're going to have to convince them to do everything. So you don't want to get someone in the business that you're going to have to poke with a stick. You want self-starters. Okay. Do you think Thierry had to convince me to actually go and do something? No, I got into the business and I knew exactly what I wanted. I had a goal, I had a massive why. Why stands for what hurts you. Okay. So I was in this business. I was fired up. I knew what I wanted and I just went after it. Okay. So you need to be hungry. Okay. You need to be hungry. So you're allowing them to join the business. So have the confidence to say no to people as well. No is a full sentence. Okay. The word no, this isn't for you. We're looking for lookers. Okay. We're looking for people who want to be more, have more, do more. Okay. So one bad egg is going to stink out the room. Okay. You don't want bad eggs. Okay. So when you find the right person, say, what's the magic words? Told you all, put them in the chat. Let's get you started. Okay. So posture is key for all this. Okay. So being consistent, I'm going to really fire through this. Okay. So being consistent. So everyone can be good once, but your leaders are good. Your leaders are good every single time. So what's the saying? You practice not until you're perfect. You practice until you can't go wrong. Okay. So, and this is key to being consistent. All right. Every day is preparation day. I can remember doing Zoom calls, 0 people. I remember doing home events, 0 people. Remember Darren saying to me, do it anyway, do the presentation anyway. He told me a story about driving 1,000,000 miles halfway down America and no one turned up. He thought it was going to be a room packed with 300 or 400 people. And Bob said he didn't do the presentation anyway. And he gave this freaking awesome presentation. He didn't care. I think there was 1 or 2 people there. And he gave this awesome presentation. And the 2 people got started. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many people's there. You need to keep going, be consistent. All right. So number 2, everyone is consistent, but what does your consistency consist of, right? So what does your consistency consist of? It could be your bank account, it could be your waistline, your relationships, all right? These are all down to your daily choices, right? That you make work, okay? Everything is choices, everything is habits, all right? So everyone is consistent and coachable, but it all boils down to who you're listening to, all right? Whoever has your ear has your life. So what does your consistency consist of, right? What are your daily habits? So number 3 is 6 days a week, or 6 days a week for 1 hour, or 1 day a week for 6 hours. All right. So this is common sense, really. All right. But again, common sense is the least common of all senses. All right. So what would benefit you most, right? Going to the gym for 1 day for 6 hours, or going to the gym 6 days for 1 hour? And that's all this means, folks. You need to be plugging in every day. I will say, what's my favorite saying? Keep her lit. All right. Everyone put keep her lit in the chat. Keep her lit means never giving up. All right. Keep her lit. Never give up. Never give in. All right. Being around the fire. Remember Bob Proctor saying on one of the events we're on before, when you're around the fire, you're warm. As soon as you go away from the fire, you start being cold. Right. So you need to be around. You need to get around the fire. Right. You need to be there every day. Right. This business isn't built in a day. This business is built daily. Every day you need to be plugging in. Okay. You're full-time in your job, part-time in your fortune. Okay, so it's like brushing your teeth. You do it every day. Okay, you need to be consistent. All right, so number 4 is the key to success. And it goes unnoticed, okay? Consistency goes unnoticed, all right? That's why people leave this business, all right? They don't understand consistency compounds, okay? So like, consistency compounds, and that's what basically it is. It's the key to success. So number 5 is consistency is something you have to earn, right? So I'm in the business over 2.5 years, but people are only starting to notice now that you're actually consistent. When you get into business after maybe a month or 2, you can't expect people to think that you're consistent because you're only here. No, you need to keep plugging in. You need to come in every day, repetition, repetition, repetition. Okay, so number 6 is when you start, you're not as bad as you think. But when you're consistent, you're not actually as good as what people think you are. And what's on the first slide that Bob Proctor has? 30 years, all right? So when you're jumping on when you're going to one of Bob's events, you're buying into his disciplines. He's just done it longer than anyone else. He's just been consistent longer than anyone else. Okay, so you're people. What was one of the say? So comparisons of thief of all joy. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 8. Okay, just because they've been more consistent than you, that's all it is. Okay. Yeah. So the next one is number 7. If you're not consistent, you're non-existent. Okay. So in life, you get what you choose. All right. You get the choice. Short-term joy over long-term regrets. Now, what does that mean? All right, short-term pain for long-term joy. So short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Right? What are you willing to sacrifice? What does your consistency consist of? Like if you're dieting and someone offers you a bun, okay, if you've made a committed decision, the key word there is committed. If you've made a committed decision to have a 6-pack, to have an 8-pack, you're not gonna have a bun, okay? You're not gonna have a little bun. Now, if you're not consistent, you will, okay? You need to be consistent, okay? So number 8 is consistency eliminates insecurity and elevates confidence as a leader. And what that means is when you're insecure, okay, to build up your insecurities, to build up your confidence, you need to be consistent. You need to keep repetition, 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 repetition. Keep plugging in, keep being consistent. And that builds your character, that builds your confidence as a leader. Okay, so key things there are you want to attract people into your business, all right? You want to attract people into your business who are confident, who are persistent, who have high energy, all right? Who wants to do events, who's self-starters, who plugs into the calls. So how do you do that? All right. How do you attract people like that? So what do I need to become? Who do I need to become to attract that sort of a leader? I remember on one of the calls the other day, I heard someone saying that would I think it was Johnny Wimber. He says, would I join your business? Would I join you? No. And that's the law of compensation. Number one, is there a need for what you do? Number two, and that's what I want to say related to here. Number two is your ability to do it. You just need to get better and better and better. And you get better and better and better by being consistent. Okay. So number 9, the penny or the million. Okay. So most people always pick the million. They want the £1 million. They want the success right away. They want that. They've got that microwave mentality rather than the oven mentality. Okay. But really, when you break it down, a penny after I think 18 days is £1,000 something pounds. So that's when people quit. People don't get success straight away. They quit. So being consistent is about staying the long term, because I think I've wrote down here because I forget. But after like 30 days, it's 5.3 million. 5.3 million after 31 days, one more day, 10.6 million. Okay, so it's about being consistent, staying there, plugging in. All right, it's not a get rich quick scheme, it's a get rich for sure scheme. Okay, so 2% of people think, 3% of people think to think, and 95% of people would rather die than think. So to be successful, you don't have to be different, simply have to be what most people won't, and that's consistency, being consistent. So staying consistent, right? We're going to talk about being consistent all day long. How do you stay consistent? Okay, so that's in your daily routine, your morning routine. So if you're feeling a bit crappy or whatever, up in the morning, write out your 10 things you're grateful for, and watch your vibration change. All right, watch your mood change. Once you start giving gratitude, that's how everything changes. So I've tried meditation. Okay, meditation and me don't really get on, but my morning routine would be get up, brush my teeth, do a pee, down the stairs. 5 o'clock, I have a 5 a.m. club. Sometimes we're studying thinking in results. So at the minute we're studying the winner's image, Bob Proctor's winner's image. So I do that. As soon as that's finished, writing out my goal, my goal card. Always have your goal card with you. Write out my goal, write out my gratitude, visualize. I used to do meditation, but I used to fall asleep, so I don't really do meditation anymore. But do visualizing, okay? What are you consistently thinking about? All right, have you got your goal card in your hand? All right, because when you touch it, it's one of your 5 senses. When you touch your goal card, what's it doing? It's evoking a thought with thinking pictures. So if you're constantly visualizing what you want, visualizing your goal, when you touch your goal card, it's going to evoke a thought. It's going to make you think of your goal. Okay, so number 2. Oh, no, sorry. I want to say on that as well, just on a goal. In the absence of a clearly defined goal, people become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately they become enslaved by it. Okay, so you need to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, you're going to get sidetracked. You're going to remember what Darren says all the time. If you have a goal, you have no time to waste. If you don't have a goal, you'll let people waste your time. And that's exactly what that means. You'll fill your gaps up. You'll fill your time up with silly things, watching TV, watching football, doing things that aren't going to bring your boat forward. Okay, so remember Jake said the other week on the call, is what you're doing every day going to make the rowers row forward? Okay, is it going to make your rowing boat go forward down the stream towards your goal? So number 2, what are you studying? All right, so study people. And who is people? You are people. Okay, study yourself. What are you doing? Okay, get to know yourself. One of my daily affirmations is I am my own best friend. Darn, maybe write that out every day. So personal and professional development. No one has to tell me to study. All right. I'm getting up every day. I'm getting up early and staying late at night. Get up early and stay late at night. Basically, I'm studying network marketing. I'm studying people. I'm studying how people react, things like that. A good book to get is Skill with People. Les Giblin, I think it is. Another good book to get is The 4-Year Career. So people want success. They don't study successful people. All right, you do what successful people do and say what successful people say. You'll get what successful people get every single time. So you want to study people who are already doing what you're doing, or already in network marketing, who are already getting the results that you want. Remember, the number one key for success is whoever has your ear has your life. Okay, so this is it. I remember Linda Proctor saying this is a personal development business with products attached. Okay, so number 3 is a vision board, right? I've signs up all over my home. I've got my goal written out, things like that, vision boards and things like that. So you want to be surround yourself with the wish fulfilled. Surround yourself with what you want. Okay, so number 4 is going to actually amalgamate number 4 and number 5 in together. So accountability partner and regular conversations with your mentor. You need to be speaking to your mentor every single day. Okay, you don't want to be talking to people in the business. 90% of your time should be speaking to new people, right? And the other 10% should be talking to people, leaders. Okay, that's why I don't really I try not to talk to people who's already in the business, because they're already in the business. If you're talking to people in the business, you're treating this like a hobby, not like a business. Okay, it's good. We've got an environment, we've got friends and all that, but you don't want to be spending all your time. Okay, regular conversations with your mentor is key. You want to be constantly speaking to your mentor. Okay, so number 6, stay plugged in. Okay, keep her lit, be on every call. Okay, if you stay close to the fire, you're going to stay warm. All right, said it on the other slide. Stay close to the fire. All right. Not everyone in the calls is 6 and 7 figure income earner, but all the 6 and 7 figure income earners are on all the calls. Okay. So number 7 is focus. Focus stands for follow one course until successful. So that's what most people do wrong in this business. All right. They get into business, and so many people join this business and want to do everything, but guess what? They just do nothing. All right. And why do they do nothing? Because they're jack of all trades, master of none. Okay, jack of all trades, master of none. So let the main thing be the main thing, and that is talking to new people. Okay, people spend crazy money on degrees for like 4 years. They go and do this degree and they spend a lot of money on 4 years. So why not dedicate 4 years of your life to this? Okay, so what people are doing is they're going and doing a degree for 4 years, and then they're going and working. They're doing the 40 plan, 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life. To retire 40% of what they can't even afford to live on. So I would rather give 4 years of my life to this, so that I don't have to do that. Okay, so we can retire and live a successful life. So, yep, get the book, The 4-Year Career. So we're nearly finished, folks. Fueling your funnel. All right. So when you expose someone, they're now watching you. Okay, they are clued in to what's going on. They're trying to see if you're going to be consistent. Okay, so people are watching you, they're seeing it, they want to see if you make it. Okay, a lot of people want to know, are you going to be doing it? So again, you need to be consistent. All right, your mess today will be your message tomorrow. Okay, your test today will be your testimony tomorrow. It'll actually be your team's testimony tomorrow. Your struggles are what's going to be your team's testimony. Because don't forget, when you get into the business, you didn't have a story. What did you do? You used your upline story. Okay, so when you expose someone, they are watching everything you do. Okay, so number 2 is the fortunes in the follow-up. I actually do a thing called Follow-Up Friday. I have a list in my diary and all the names of people who maybe I haven't got back to. And on a Friday, I do Follow-Up Friday. So basically, if I have a pulse, they're on my list. If I have a pulse, they're on my list. Okay, so some people need multiple exposures. Look at Darren. Darren had a lot of exposures before he actually joined the business. Don't care what people think. Remember, if you buy into someone's opinions, you buy into the results. Okay, so basically, if they haven't blocked me, they're still on my list. Okay, so be confident about where you're going, and that's why you have to have a good vision. Okay, you have to buy into the vision and know exactly where you're going. So number 3, no. No means next opportunity. No doesn't mean no. Okay, no means not right now. Okay, people say no to who you are today. Okay, I always say to people, you're 3 different people in this life. Okay, who you were, who you are, and who you're going to be. Okay, remember the law of compensation. Number 2, get better. Okay, you have to get better. Okay, who you're going to be, who someone says no to today, 6 months time, you're going to be a completely different person. If you keep plugging into all the calls, if you keep plugging into all Darren's mindset calls, you keep getting better and better and better and better. Okay. Once you keep getting better and better and better, the person's going to come back to you because number one, they're watching what you do now. And when they're watching what you do now, they're going to go, wow, why did I say no to him? They're going to be phoning you up going, hey, listen, can I get started? I've been watching you. I've been watching your growth. Okay. Get me in, get me started. All right. Number 4, the goal is to connect, right? Keep the conversation going. Okay. Once you, and I always end any message with a question, and anything else is just a statement, and that's the conversation dead. So you want to be asking questions again. Good leaders ask good questions. Okay. So the goal is to keep the conversation going. I would speak to about 30 to 50 people a day. Sometimes I actually forget to follow up with people because I speak to that many people. So that's what you need to do. You need to keep conversations, keep talking to people, keep filling up your funnel. So number 5 is recruit on demand. Daisy's the best at this. You know what I mean? The best in the business is this. And why she does that is because she has a massive funnel of people, just talking to that many people. Okay, she can literally just jump on, talk to someone. She's already been through all the process. They're at the very end stage, and she can just recruit. So number 6, there are more people. Okay, there are more people who don't know than who do know, and that's why it's an 86%, folks. That's why it's so big. I always say SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Okay, so there's always someone out there waiting to have crying out for what we have. Okay, there's people out there that would bite your hand off for what we have. Okay, so you just need to keep doing the main thing, and the main thing is talking to new people. Okay, so number 7, new people equals new energy. So when you tap into new people, you're tapping into their warm market. So it's new energy, okay? And that's when their warm market becomes your hot market, okay? So you want to stay in their hot market, all right? We've all heard the saying, you'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of your own efforts, okay? So lots of people doing little bits, okay? But again, if you're a leader, you want to be exposing new people. You don't want to just rely on what your team's doing. You want, if you truly love this business and this business is in you, you'll want to expose new people to this. You want to get new people into the business and help them get started. So number 8 is less presentation and more conversation. All right. So more compensations get you more conversations. All right. So you get paid for helping people get what they want. Okay. So if you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want every single time. And how do you do that? Ask questions and listen. Okay. Most people don't listen. People just ask questions and wait to reply, wait to say something. You want to ask questions and actually listen to what they say. So you want to spend, I already said that, you want to spend 90% of your time with new people. Okay. Get to the stage where every 30 minutes, you want to have your calendar filled up. Every 30 minutes, you're jumping on a new call, You're actually saying to that person, hey, listen, you're going to have to bomb farm them to a 3-way call. Hey, listen, I actually got someone jumping on here in another 5 minutes. And that's when you can create urgency. Okay. So less presentation, more conversation. Find out what the people want. Okay. And I love the feel, felt, and found. Okay. Feel, you could be like, I know how you feel. And people have so when people are talking, you say, hey, listen, I know how you feel. And felt will be, I felt the same way until I found a solution. Okay, so we're nearly done. So the 4 stages of competencies. Okay, so I love the wee saying, you can't escape from a prison if you don't know you're in one. So an unconscious competent is you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so it's like walking into a room and you have a dimmer switch on in the room. Okay, you have the dimmer switch turned on. You don't know that there's a dimmer switch. You just turn it on and off. And it's always dim. And then someone comes in one day and someone goes, why do you have the dimmer switch down? And turns it up. You're like, whoa. So then you become a conscious incompetent. Okay, so once you expose them to the information, that's when they become a conscious incompetent. Okay, and then you know what you don't know. Okay, you know what you don't know, and this is where you know you're wrong, but then you know the skills you need to change. But you don't know the skills you need to change. Okay, so then when you learn the skills, that's when they become the conscious competent. Okay, so it's when you actually think about what you know, and eventually they become good at it, right? And it's becomes second nature to them. And then it's like driving a car. It's like driving a car with your knees, or you're on the phone, or you're texting, or whatever. And then once you get to that stage, that's when you become an unconscious competent. So that's when you follow and lead yourself, and then lead others. Okay. So how can you escape from a prison if you don't already know you're in one? So I'm trying to race through this here, folks, because I know Miss Daisy wants to do some recognition. So quick formula for how to invite, we'll say. Okay. So number 1, be in a hurry. Number 2, clear their schedule. Number 3, give value. And then number 4, take it away. And then number 5, at the end of it, you want to collect a decision. Okay. So tell me yes, tell me no, tell me fast, I gotta go. Okay. So this is key. You're a decision collector. Okay. And if you're in a hurry, I'm going to touch on that in the next one here. Mastering the invite. Okay. So this is the 4 A's of inviting. So when you're in a hurry, you want to grab their attention. Okay. Hey, listen, I don't have much time. Okay. People listen to people who are in a hurry. People listen to people who don't have a lot of time, because they know they can't bombard you with silly questions. So they're going to listen to everything you say. So number 2 is appreciation, right? I really like, trust, or respect you, right? Because then bringing something up you know about them, bring something up, you know this person, okay? So you want to show appreciation, like, hey, listen, I remember from our previous conversation, blah, 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 okay? So you want to show appreciation. Number 3 is acknowledge some sort of pain that they've shared with you in the past, right? Remember you said this to me before, or remember you said to me you were a bit skint at Christmas. Is that going to be the case this year? No, whatever it is, right? And then number 4 is ask, if I would you, okay? If I sent you an invite or call, would you jump on? Okay. Yeah, high leverage. Okay, I'm going to sum this all up in a story. Okay, so high leverage. I'm going to tell you a story about how I got started. So Thierry jumped on a call with me. I was ready to go. I was like, hey, listen, I don't care if you're selling smelly socks. I want in. Get me in now. But Thierry didn't do that. He listened. He said, I want to hear your story. Okay, he heard my story, and then what he done was he shared his story. And then he leveraged a relatable story. Okay, so connect the prospect with someone with a relatable story. Okay, you're connecting the prospect to their future self. So what he done was he listened to my story, worked in a factory. And he went, who do I know working in a factory? Jake. So he got me talking to Jake. He got me on a 3-way call, leveraged Jake, leveraged me, and then he muted his line. He actually muted his line and turned his camera off. Do you know what Thierry was doing while I was getting enrolled? He was playing basketball. I think he was playing basketball with a medium. So that's how you leverage, okay? Owning your own opportunity calls. Bring the energy, okay? Bring the energy, okay? You need to have slides up, ready to go, okay? So you can grab someone's attention when you bring the energy to calls, okay? So enthusiasm costs you nothing to have, but it costs you everything not to have. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to be fired up, okay? Bring the energy on the calls. Have slides up, ready to go. Don't be messing about. Want to hold on to get the slides up. Soon as the prospects jump on, you want to have the slides ready to go. Okay, so share your story so people can relate and see where we're going. All right, so you can even have someone on. You can have number 4 there is open their minds with some slides and bring a guest up. So you can have a guest up because it mightn't be your story that actually gets the person over the finish line. It could be your partner in crime story. It could be your co-host. Once that person jumps on and shares their story, it might be the relatable thing. And again, I always like to open their minds up with some slides and some quotes. All right. So I love the Oprah Winfrey quote. She always says, "Your mind's like a parachute. It only works when it's open." All right. Keep your mind wide open. You're being moved forward. Be things like that. No, keep them thinking. Tell them, hey, listen, when I jumped on, I didn't hear anything like this when I was at school, I was skeptical, relate with them. I was skeptical, but hey, listen, I kept an open mind, and now this is what's happened. Okay, so own your own opportunity call and be fired up. So having your own opportunity calls, owning your own opportunity calls, leverage your strengths. So like yesterday, we were on a call, Daisy, I said, Daisy, do you want to talk about the Elevate? And Daisy went, oh, I'm not too, that's not my thing. So I talked about it because I know a bit about Elevate. So maybe I'm not super strong about it. But when you get on a call, you want to be talking about what you're passionate about, what your strengths are. Number 6, how can you duplicate it for them? Okay, so everything has to be duplicatable. All right, so the power of 2, the power of numbers, it's not about who you know, but it's about who they know. Okay, so people get on the call and they go, oh, I don't know, or people might say, I don't know. They might be thinking, I don't know a lot of people. Well, that's okay. You don't have to know a lot of people. You just have to know 2 people. Then those 2 people know 2 people, and then those 2 people know 2 people. That's what duplication is. Okay, so number 7, get back to your prospects. Now, after a call, after someone's been on the opportunity call, they are sold. Whoever's been doing the presenting on the opportunity call has done everything. You don't have to jump on the opportunity call and resell them. Okay, you do not need to do that. You need to just jump on the call and say, what did you like best? 5 words. What did you like best? Whatever they say, you go, yes, that's what I like best too. Hey, listen, let's get you started. Okay, let's get you started. Get the person in. Okay, help them make a decision. When you close the door of your mind to negative thoughts, the door of opportunity opens to you. Napoleon Hill. Okay, so number 8 is BAM FAM. Promote the next call. The next call is the best call. Okay, the next call is the best call. So the power numbers, we've already sort of touched on the penny effect, so I'll not get into that. So this is key on if you want to quantum leap your business. So leverage versus linear. What that means is leverage is 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own. And then linear is a 9 to 5, clock in, clock out. Okay, you don't want to be clocking in, clocking out. That's the wrong way to earn money. Okay, so people don't get into business for a check. They get into business for the residual income. Okay, they get into business for leveraged income. Okay, so that's the 1% of 100 people's efforts. A lot of people doing a lot of small things. Okay, you don't want to be in a job clocking in, clocking out. So number 3 is duplication, and that's what's key. Okay, people want to make it simple. Keep it super simple. You want this to be duplicatable for the next person. Okay, it's not about the fast cash. It's about the residual income, and the residual income comes from duplication. So number 4 is 1 equals 20. So we sort of touched on that one of the other slides. It's not about adding. Network marketing isn't about adding. It's about multiplication. When you look at one person, you shouldn't be looking at I've got one person in. You should be thinking I've got 20 people in, because you want to tap into their one market straight away. Now, when you get someone like Daisy, you should be thinking 1 person equals 100. Okay, or 1 person equals 1,000. Okay, so 1 doesn't equal 1. 1 equals 10 to 20 in network marketing. Okay, so it's not about who you know, it's about who they know. And then number 5, auto ships. All right, auto ships is the backbone of your business. Right, this is what keeps the residual income going. Okay, so if you want to earn money in your sleep, you need the residual income. Okay, you need the auto ships. Everyone needs to make sure they're on auto ships. If you're not on auto ship, your team's not going to be on auto ship. Okay, you want it. If you have a goal, a massive goal, why would you not be on auto ship? Okay, so make sure you're on auto ship or subscription or whatever it is it's called. So everything that you pay for is all monthly auto ships. Really think about that. Everything, like your phone is on auto ship. Okay, every month you got the same bill. The service provider doesn't care if you are out and sick or you lost your job. They're not going to say, "Hey, listen, David, it's okay. Don't worry about that. You can pay me next month." No, they're going to want their money no matter what. Okay, they're not going to say, "Hey, listen, it's okay, big man. Don't worry about it." They're going to be going, "No, get me my money." Okay, so the big boys, the big corporations, they all know the secret, and the secret is auto ships, monthly subscriptions. Okay, so money doesn't grow on trees. You've all heard that saying. Well, it does. It grows in your back office tree, all right? It grows in your business tree. You need the people, without the people, or without the vision, the people perish. You need, you need the, excuse me, you need the people in your business, okay? You need everyone on ownership. And then, I think this is the last one. Okay, stretch A-type, B-type, C-type goals, habits, and Goya. So what do you really want? I heard the quote today, and it said, you can't find something you're not looking for. Okay, so what are you looking for? What do you really want? I was on the Dubai thing today, and it said, you can't find something you're not looking for. So what are you looking for? Okay. Excuse me, I'm down the wrong way here. So A-type, B-type, and C-type goals. Okay, so A-type is what you know you can do. B-type is what you think you can do. Like, if I've done this and it changed this up and maybe saved a wee bit, this could happen. And then a C-type goal is what you really, really want. Okay, something that excites and scares you at the same time. Now, start being the star in your own movie. Okay, Napoleon Hill says it best. He says, it's okay to be a follower, but it's not okay to remain a follower. You need to be the star in your own movie. You need to go for what you really, really want, okay? When you enroll someone, find out what it is they really, really want, and then don't let them off the hook. If they tell you their C-type goal and they're committed, okay, and they make a committed decision, then you need to hold them accountable, okay? You're their mentor. You need to hold them accountable for that. Now, habits is probably the main thing on this, okay? Because habits, okay, you're going to be a slave to your habits one way or another. Okay, you need to choose: is it good habits or bad habits? Is it something that's going to push you towards your goals and dreams? Okay, in the absence of a clearly defined goal, you'll become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately it will become enslaved by it. And that's shitty habits. Okay, that's bad habits. That's doing things you don't want to do. That's like watching TV. It's like, watch a film, or I'll go to the pub, or I'll not build a business today. I'll take a Saturday off. Okay, I'd rather do the work now so that I don't have to do it. Okay, and I touched on it in one of the other slides as well when I said about the donut. Okay, if you've got a habit, or if you've got a goal of having a 6-pack or an 8-pack, you're not going to eat a donut. Okay, you're going to stay consistent to your goal. Okay, so you need to have good habits. You get comfortable with not having opportunity calls. You get comfortable with not talking to new people. You get comfortable with not earning the income you want to earn this year. Okay, don't get comfortable. All right, don't be a follower. Be a leader. When you write out your goal every day and you think, what would I be doing if I was a diamond? All right, actually visualize that. Get into the habit of thinking, is this going to move my boat forward? Okay, act like a diamond, right? It's like asking for the fire before you put the wood on. Okay, so do the things before you're ready. Average person spends, here's for a quote, the average person spends, I think, 9 years of their life in front of the TV from the ages of 2 to 65. Right? So, yes, get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. So then we've got Goya. So I think I heard Darren talking about this. It's go out, or get off your ass, all right? Stop asking, how do you talk to people? And then just start talking to people, right? Be a solution provider. Find out what the people want and then help them get it. Ask questions, find out their pain points. What do they want to change in their life? What do they really want in their life? Okay, and then dig deep, keep digging deep, find out what they really want. So you can't have excuses and results, folks. Okay, you might have good excuses. Granted, there might be good excuses. If anyone's had excuses over the years, it's me. 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, 12-hour shifts, working weekends, 2 kids, things like that. No, you have all these excuses, but you can't have excuses and results. You have to get off your ass and go and do the work. So it's people's limiting beliefs that's holding back. You're conditioned from you're in school, go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. All right, so that's wrong. Okay, but that's not the case. All right, if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. If you're unwilling to learn, no one can help you. All right, it's not about IQ, it's about I can. Right, it all boils down to attitude. Right, most people with A's and B's in school guess what? They end up working for the people with the C's and D's in life. And you may think to yourself, well, how on earth is that the case? Why? Because they've got that employee mentality. They've been conditioned from school to be good employees. Okay. So go out and do the work. All right. So the next one is relaunch every week. Leaders always relaunch their business. Okay. Daisy's constantly, I texted her just before the call and says, I'll be on late. I'm enrolling someone. No, she's just constantly launching her business. Okay. Are you staying up late? Are you getting up early? Are you doing the things that you need to do? Are you sacrificing? Are you doing the things? Are you in launch mode? Are you just going out and building a business? I remember Jake saying before, he says, he was talking to this guy and he went, are you not in the business yet? He says, we're launching something huge. And the guy was like, well, what is it? What is it? He was piquing interest. He was piquing the person's interest. Constantly launching your business. So you want to recruit 25 people in a short period of time. Right? Success loves speed. Darren says it all the time. How you launch in the first month or two is going to be duplicatable. What you do is going to be duplicatable to your team. Okay, so then identify who wants to move fast. All right, find out who's coachable. Find out who's expressed desire. Have they got a goal? Are they listening? Are they doing exactly what you say? Are they coachable, not chokeable? Right? Have they got a calendar? Have they got their calendar filled up? Okay. So find out people who want to build it big. Okay. All right. Who wants to move fast? All right. And you want to be spending the majority of your time with the people who want to move fast. Right. It's not who you are that holds you back, folks. Guess what? It's who you think you're not. So I think I'm going to call up Daisy here to call it up, to close it out with some recognition. Daisy, want to unmute yourself?
I have been messaging you in the chat. You don't check your chat, David.
Message to me.
Look. I want everybody to put fire emoji in the chat because this presentation was mind-blowing. Right. And here's the thing, David, you said it earlier. People have to be joining calls, inviting to calls, and all of the people that should be on this call today, because I bet, you know, they will be blowing your phone, asking you to train them on that you just trained. They're not here. Unfortunately, I did not have time to create the slides because I was on calls all morning, but I will do that tomorrow. We're going to do the recognition tomorrow. And honestly speaking, I wanted for everybody to kind of go back so we can all be together and celebrate together. So I think that's the best way, David. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Well, folks, I'm sorry I went over the hour, but I didn't want to rush that too much. So I'm going to put the recording in the chat. And have you all got your virtual ticket? If you haven't got your virtual ticket, you need to get on. Like, honestly, today has been absolutely amazing. D-Gib isn't on yet. D-Gib will be on tomorrow. So make sure you have your virtual ticket. Make sure you're on to listen to Darren and all the leaders. Today was mind-blowing. I was up from 6 o'clock this morning, up, showered, shaved, clothes on. I was pretending, I was visualizing, I was pretending I was there. So make sure you have your tickets, okay? So stop share. So did you all enjoy that? Stick a 1 in the chat if you've got any value from that. And when I put the post in the when I put the recording in the Facebook group, I want you all to put what you got from it, what value did you get from it, what was your biggest nugget, and things like that. Okay, so and promoting again, Jason Solomon is doing a call. He's doing a Q&A with the team at 7 p.m. So that's 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UK time. So I don't know the link. I'll get the link and I'll put it in the team chat. Okay, folks. So thanks very much for your time.